red, blue, purple light. Friends, red, blue, purple light. Friends, facts, red, blue, purple light. Friends, red and blue, purple light. Friends, facts, you can get to know the ledger, sacrilegious Sunday to melanin Monday. You can get to know the ledger, my love. Just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road, you better stay on your toes. I was till the land, focused on the ego. Then I open my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we're stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah, we gon' put this shit on our backs. Facts, facts, we in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts, peace, love and light. Peace, love to the family. Peace, love and light. To the family. Peace, love and light. To the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you, and it's going to provoke you, and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.
Yes, peace to the family, peace to you and yours, peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Third Eye Thursdays. You are now rocking with the best. Yes, let me know how we sounding on the audio. All right, let me know how audio is coming out and whatnot. That song that you just heard is the Facts remix from the 44 Tops. I am very enthusiastic today. I just had the package arrive in the mail. The Eagle has landed. The album is here. But not just the album. We got a bonus, y'all. We got a bonus, y'all. And we're going to get into it before the show is over. I will make the reveal and everything and share the good news with everybody about what's going down and whatnot. But the album is here. I just got to put it together, package it. It will be going live on February the 7th. All right. That is literally 7 days from now. This was it was a long time coming. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears and whatnot. A lot of creativity went into this project. I definitely have to give a shout out to my team. I was not able to do this without the help of the team and whatnot. So shout out to Lico TV and shout out to the rest of the team who were diligent with helping out and assisting us to put this project together. Yeah, but y'all are gonna be pleased. You know what I'm saying? It's a full meal. It's a full meal. It'll keep you occupied for a very long time. Let's just say that. You feel me? Let's just say that it's a full meal. It's not just the it's not just an album, it's an experience. Feel me? It's an experience for grown folk and literally for children too. We made it to whereas this could be enjoyed by all age demographics. You know, that illustrious 12 to 25, and then also aunties, uncles, schoolies. You know what they call y'all these days. But let's go ahead and do the roll call. Let's see who is in the building and whatnot. And then let's get to the show. We got a lot to talk about. The name of the show is Black Hawk Down. Black Hawk Down. Rising power to everybody who was affected by the situation that took place in Washington, D.C., of all places. You feel me? And we'll talk about it as we move forward. We got Belize coming through. Shout out to Belize in the building. We got Seattle in the building. Shout out to Seattle. We got the DMV. We got Palm Beach, Florida up in this thing. Naptown. What's happening? Barbados. You feel me? North Tulsa, Oklahoma. Barbados up in this thing. DMV, East Flatbush, Greenville, South Carolina. Houston up in this thing. Phoenix. We got Jersey. We got Opa-locka. All right. Boca Raton, Poking. We got Pontiac, Michigan. Virginia, Tampa Bay, Florida. We got Normal, Lamron, Columbus, Ohio, Kentucky, Columbus, Ohio, Charlotte, St. Louis, St. Petersburg. All of the Saints up in the Saints come marching in. You know what I'm talking about? Madrid, Spain. Man, I'm like a streamer. I'm like, I'm going global, baby. You know what I'm talking about? I wish a nigga would. Norfolk, we got Ireland. You know what I'm talking about? Hold on, we got Bahamas. Look, I feel like I show speed or one of these days. I'm global, baby. T Dot, what's going on? Huh? This is that. No, but this is that hour. This is the time of the day to go global. We're not doing a super duper late show. This is the time of the day to go global. You feel me? Shout out to all of y'all across the pond and whatnot. We feel all of y'all. We feel your, you know what I mean? We feel your struggle. Lexington, Kentucky. We got Harlem in the building. Minneapolis in the building. All right? Minneapolis in the building. Strong Island up in this thing. Strong Island. What's goody? Harlem of U.S. Virgin Islands. Yes, put the U.S. in front of there. The U.S. Virgin Islands. The U.S. Virgin Islands is different than the British Virgin Islands. Strong Island. We got Brooklyn coming. Yeah, Brooklyn coming. All right, Brooklyn coming. So what up? All right, North Carolina, Chicago, Germany. I'm gonna just leave it at that. We're gonna keep it more Germany. So we outside. You feel me? The whole world is tapped in. Shout out to everybody. You know what I'm talking about? Brick City. Shout out to Brick City. Bowie, Maryland. Portland, Oregon. Louisiana up in this bitch. Shout out to the Louisiana family. We will see y'all soon. You already know what it is. We will be down there on not this Monday, next Monday. Type shit. You hear me? Not this Monday, next Monday for Melanin Monday. Let me pull the flyer up to remind the family that, yeah, we outside. We're going to be in a building. We will be out in the Louisiana area. Melanin Mondays IRL. This will be a full lecture. This is going to be a full lecture. You feel me? So it's a full lecture. You know what I mean? Melanin Monday IRL, New Orleans, at the ITEL Garden, 810 North Claiborne Avenue. RSVP seating is limited. RSVP because seating is limited. We got food up in the. It's a restaurant. It's an ITEL restaurant. Great food. You know, you might want to come with an appetite because you're gonna be able to enjoy everything that they have. They fine cuisine. We got networking going down, food, drinks, music, art, information, vendors. Be there in the building the day after the Super Bowl in New Orleans. And the day of the Super Bowl, we will see you in the ATL, KTL, in the ATL Bookstore Gallery, 488 Edgewood Avenue, ATL, Georgia. All right, from the hours of 4 to 12. It's gonna be like a football viewing. If you ain't into football, you don't got to worry about that. We're gonna be networking. We're gonna be listening to music. We're gonna be eating food. We're gonna have a fun time. You feel me? This is at our spot, Bookstore Gallery, right there in the Edgewood historical district, right around the corner from MLK, where he used to live. And yeah, that part. You know what I'm talking about? MAGA Fest Destiny, me and Blue Pill. That's tomorrow on Zoom. All right. That's tomorrow on Zoom. I was gonna have Blue on the show right now, but he's working. He's doing some catering and whatnot. So he won't be available till later on. So MAGA Fest Destiny, me and Blue Pill. And then yesterday was our last class for Accelerated AI Accelerated 4.4. The whole 4-week workshop is available. The whole workshop is available for all of my AI enthusiasts. Man, oh man, oh man. Get on top of that. Get on top of that. You feel me? Get on top of that. Yeah, it's a ITAL. You know, ITAL is vegan. ITAL is vegan. They're not serving chicken over there at the spot in New Orleans. It's gonna be ITAL food, done up the Louisiana way. The Louisiana way, right? It's gonna have some taste to it. So, with that being said, you said a Scorpion King Part 2 would be dope, though. Man, won't it? And now I need a Scorpion King or a Red Winter. Let me get the Schoolie Red album out the way. Let me get the Schoolie Red. Let's get that out the way. We do have the Red Winter and all of that. That's on deck. Let's just get this other thing out the way, and then we could work on that. That's all I'm saying. Let's get the 44 tops, the Cosmic Soul out the way, and then we're gonna get to the hip hop or the God hop for that matter. I feel the same way that you do. I'm anxious for that too. I'm like, where's the rap at? You know what I mean? But it's coming. You already know it's coming. It's coming. It's on its way. You feel me? It'd be a lot to juggle, but we manage. Tonight at 9 o'clock on Urban X TV, I saw advertising and it said that tonight is the last show. I don't know what that's about, but that's Black Dot and Malcolm. I'm not gonna miss that for the world. You feel me? I need to be there live to see what's up with the family and how things are going over there on Urban X and what exactly that announcement is about. You feel me? So I do you know, I hope everything is good over at Urban X, but I will be tuned in to see what's good with the family. And y'all might want to be tapped in with that as well. You feel me? Y'all might want to be tapped in with that as well. Give me 1 minute. I'm saving a file and exporting it. I want to get right into the conversation today because I don't want to be here all night. What link is not working? And let me know what link is not working. I played 44 tops for my mom, and she had that old school smile, closed her eyes, and was rocking to the beat heavy. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. You feel me? That's what I'm talking about. I really, you know, I want to be able to reach the OGs, the elders, and what we have a diverse audience. I look at the analytics, and I've been to many events like, you know, outdoor gatherings. We got a following of young brothers and sisters all the way up to the elders and whatnot. Okay, let me drop the link for the February AI class. My bad. I got you. And y'all, the people are running on that class heavy. That's gonna be focusing on what is called Black Future Month. All right. I apologize to my Moors for using the word black. You know, we'll talk about it one day. But you know, the family knows what I'm talking about. Blackamoor Future Month, right? Blackamoor Future Month. And that's very important. That's very important. I'm a historian. I'm a historian. It's 7 tracks. And to be honest with you, the pre-sale is available on Buy Me a Coffee, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. We'll get to that in a minute. We got a whole segment for that. Yeah, I feel like I really do feel like it's time to embrace our future. You feel me? I'm a historian. I'm with all of the history and everything, but I don't hear enough people focusing on our future, right? I got offended. I took it personal when I heard Donald J. Trump at his inauguration, right? He did something that individuals such as myself, I'm somewhat familiar with the bluff game, coming from New York and, you know, just hanging around Harlem and Brooklyn and whatnot. I know when somebody's bluffing. You feel me? Um, I've been around people with the gift of gab and that fast talk and whatnot, and some was bluffing. You feel me? Oh, we're going to Mars and Elon is taking it. Yeah, that was a big bluff, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day because, you know, perception is everything. So the perception of people who might be in the back listening to what he's saying is, damn, these people are powerful enough to go to Mars. Like the European, the Nordic, the person who our teachers and our grandmasters said they just came out the cave and they was barbarians and all. Yeah, they going to Mars, right? Even though we from Mars and we've been on Mars, they said that they going to Mars to conquer the African giants or the melanated giants for that matter. They said they're gonna go to Mars. They're not gonna go to, if they go to Mars, and they said that there was a report that reported that there were 7 to 9 foot melanated giants, right, who build pyramids. If they're going to Mars, then they're gonna have to be able to confront those people, correct? You know what I mean? And I was offended by that. I was like, God damn, how dare this cracker, how dare this Peckerwood project himself in the future in front of all of these people like that? Like the caucasity, right? But at the end of the day, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? You know, there's no law against bluffing people. You know what I'm saying? He's the biggest bluffer on the planet. He's the biggest bluffer on the planet, bro. His bluffing game is unparalleled. So I'm like, yo, where's our thought leaders? Where's our people talking about? Because we already did Mars. Where's the people talking about Uranus? Where's the people talking about Pluto? Where's the people talking about we going to a planet that nobody could even pronounce type shit? Like, where's that at? Even though you would get clowned off of the stage, right? Funny thing is, they didn't clown him off the stage, but if you melanated, you can't talk about leaving this prison planet because it seems like we are destined to be locked into this goddamn you know, this plane of existence. Whatever this shit is, a hologram, a bowl, I don't know, whatever it is. Whatever it is, it seems like we are sentenced to stay on this damn third rock from the sun, and we can't have no aspirations whatsoever to be galactical. We don't have no quote unquote rights to speak about any aspirations to be interplanetary, none of that. Right? So we got to change that conversation. 2025, we got to change that conversation. God damn it. Moving forward, we can't be speaking so limited. We can't be speaking so you know, so matter of factly and whatnot. We need to expand our minds and whatnot, and somewhat, you know, begin to venture forth into the future, not just in our conversations, but in our design, We need to design the artwork. We need to design the storyboards. We need to design anime. We need to design movies and comics and toys that show us breaking out of this quote unquote malkoof, or out of this plane of existence that we're all trapped in. You dig? If they doing it, we gonna do it bigger. So Black History Month is cool and everything, but I'm a historian. I do that 11 and 12 months out of the year. I'm deep diving into our history. Let's take this month of February and let's talk about the future. Let's talk about how to get to the future, and let's talk about the future, because literally there are tools available right now to whereas we could be justified in talking about future technology, how we're going to be in the future, what we're going to look like in 2030, what we're going to look like in 3030. What are we going to be doing? How are we going to be moving? We're gonna, and that would be the antithesis to a lot of the conversation that's going on right now, where people are harking on the past. Oh, Donald Trump is doing away with this from the 1800s, from the 1700s, and that's cool, to hold on to treaties, and to hold on to paperwork, and to hold on to these 200 and 100-year-old declarations and stuff. But F that. Screw that. You know what I mean? Not to take anything away from it. Where is the declarations and the treaties for the future? Who's going to sign that? You feel me? Who's about to sign that? Who's going to sign off on that? You dig? And that's the conversation that I'm going to be entertaining in the month of February. I'm going to be dropping a whole bunch of futurism stuff, Afrofuturism, futuristic things. But we're going to start with this quote unquote 4-week masterclass workshop that we have, because, I don't want to be talking to a room full of people who don't want to hear this stuff. I'm going to be speaking specifically to individuals who showed up. They voted and they showed up to be a part of the conversation. And boy, oh boy, you're going to get an earful when you pull up to this workshop. We're going to go in, we're going to deep dive. And what we'll also be doing in 4 weeks is that we'll be basically creating a short film, right? An animation in real time, where everybody will be able to see the process from week 1 leading up to week 4. By the time week 4 hits, we'll be basically ready to launch this short film into just we're ready to launch it to the world. You feel me? We're ready to launch it to the world. Okay. The world is in our hands. The world is in our hands. We literally could do whatever we want to do right now. We could complain, we could cry, we could be bitter, we could bicker back and forth, we could point fingers, we could try to embarrass one another. I'm really off of that. I don't even want to beat up on the Democrats. It's not even fun anymore. It's pitiful. I don't want to beat up on the NAACP. I don't want to beat up on old Black people, civil rights era, what do they call that? What's that? The hippies and whatever that generation is. I don't want to beat up on them. I'm good on that. They're getting beat up enough. They're suffering enough. They're getting dragged enough. You know what I mean? They're going through enough. You know what I'm talking about? The baby boomers. Yeah, the baby boomers. I don't want to beat up on the baby boomers. It's elderly abuse at this point. You feel me? What I did want to talk about, though, is the way that the Democrats are going out bad. Like, they going out on levels that I've never really seen a political party go out on. I just so happened to watch the RFK Senate hearing. Oh my goodness. Bernie Sanders, bro. Bernie Sanders, my guy Bernie, of all people. I thought you was a stand-up guy, Bernie. And Bernie got exposed. God damn, we didn't know Bernie was in a bag of big pharma like that. Bernie is a Bernie is a dancer at Magic City for the big pharma. Yeah, Bernie is on the blade, my niggas. I promise you. Bernie is on a blade. We're gonna get into it tonight. We got a little bit of footage of Bernie and his compromised self and whatnot. And that was everybody's hero. You know what I mean? He's not even a Democrat. But all of them was going out bad. You feel me? Against RFK of all people. He up there with the Jada Kiss raspy voice, killing them, washing them. And they all bought and paid for by these lobbyists, and they all bought and paid for by big pharma, all of these interest groups, and none of them serve our interests. So when we see things like that, when we watch these hearings and we wonder why our community is in such a predicament that it is because we've been giving our physical and our spiritual and our mental energy and our emotional energy, we've been giving the keys to the car to some people who don't even rock with us like that. It was the biggest farce ever. And Blue was breaking it down in the lecture that he did, excellent lecture that he did, the last lecture that he did. He was breaking down how Donald Trump is coming through, and he's basically upending everything that was done from LBJ all the way down. Now, LBJ is Lyndon Johnson, one of the president, the Dixiecrat, right? The Democrat who allegedly has responsibility to the JFK killing. He has something to do with it. He brought something called a Great Deal. The Great Deal is all of these social programs that they are upending and eviscerating, right? But keep in mind, the movie Carmen, I believe it was Carmen with James Earl Jones, right? And there was other conversations, especially those done by Malcolm X when he was with the Nation of Islam. After that, the Panthers and a few other people were pointing out how our movements were infiltrated, right? After the King assassination and whatnot, how the Black Power movements were infiltrated by feminism, Gloria Steinem and whatnot, Planned Parenthood, and a few other social programs, but definitely what they call the Great Deal. And the fact that they brought welfare to our people, the fact that they brought all of these programs to our people when our people prior to that were known to be more self-efficient and whatnot. We were known to be more self-reliant on one another. Prior to that, we were known to pull ourselves up by the bootstrap. And then when these government programs was dumped on us, we became a new type of people, right? The Eventbrite for the AI is okay. Let me replace that real quick. So yeah, that's what we dealing with and whatnot. That's one of the things that we dealing with. You feel me? A lot of the people have been compromised. Okay, a lot of our people have been compromised, and we're seeing the remnants of that now, you know, and these programs that being abolished, right, by Donald Trump. We got to ask ourselves, are we better off without them, or are these the defining programs that we need as a people in order to function? You feel me? Like, are these the quote unquote projects? Is this what we need in order to be a people, to like, are we going to be defined by some of these programs? Now, keep in mind, European women, right, and other people from other nations, they were some of the biggest benefactors of these programs, right? The small hats from New York, especially the small hats, right? They were the biggest recipients of welfare in New York. They were grabbing all of the welfare, They were the ones who were benefited off of what it is that was basically put to the side for our people. So my whole thing is, we just need new programs. We just need new programs. I'm not a proponent of leaving our people out here naked and whatnot. I mean, this is our land. Like, at the end of the day, the argument remains: this is our land. We don't need welfare. We need our land back. We don't need no programs. We need our resources back. You feel me? We need a few states that we own. Like, it's bigger than handing us some damn handouts and whatnot, especially those of us who have been here longer than a lot of other people. We need our resources. That's what we need, because everything else besides that is literally them breaking us off. And if anybody ever been outside before, when you get broken off, you know what I mean, you just get what somebody feels that you deserve and whatnot. And 9 times out of 10, it's not what you're worth. Know your worth, king. Know your worth, queen. That's what they be saying and whatnot. Know your worth. So, yeah, talk to the mods. Anybody has any issue with a link, the mods will help you out. Okay, you got the mod in the building. Give it up to our mod. All right, give it up to our mods. I don't know if we got my good brother.
Hi, I wanted to clock in real quick as
I
your
know
TikTok
Copper Moon
tutor to
is
talk about
here.
something kind of
I'm
important
not
for
sure
you to
if
hear
Dennis
about.
the Menace is here, but yeah, shout out to our mods. Let's get into this conversation, y'all. Let's unpack a few things and whatnot. Let's get into this conversation. You feel me? Because we here. Shout out to everybody in the building. All right, and let's chop it up. Okay. So I don't know how many people are familiar with the Doomsday Clock. This is a clock that they created for themselves. This is not our doom. Always keep that in mind. Their doom is not our doom, right? One of the things that brought us all together and basically put us on the same boat as the European was the Great Deal in a lot of these programs. This is when we started becoming what up, Alpha? When they introduced a lot of these programs, that's what really put us in bed with them. You feel me? That's what really put us in bed with them. Prior to that, we was like, they over there and we over here. We knew the difference. So whatever was coming to them, it was directly for them. Their doom is not our doom. Okay. So let's be clear about that. But yeah, let's check out the Doomsday Clock.
And you're going to be hearing about probably all day today. Hi, I wanted to clock in real quick as your
She's
TikTok tutor to
long-winded.
talk about something kind of important for you to
She's kind of long-winded, so she's gonna be here talking, running her trap for a minute. So let's all get ready.
hear about, and you're going to be hearing about probably all day today and in the near future, and that is the Doomsday Clock. So first, let's talk about what the Doomsday Clock is. It was created in 1947 by Oppenheimer and Albert Einstein after the nuclear bomb was created. So now let's talk about the Doomsday Clock. There's not a real clock. They use a physical representation of a clock, but it's a symbol that represents how close humankind, is to the destruction and the collapse of humankind, of our own making, as in we are creating our own ending. Again, this was created after the creation of the nuclear bomb. So today, the Doomsday Clock was set to 89 seconds to midnight. That is the closest to midnight that the bomb has ever been set. Now I'm going to look down and look at my notes here. When it was founded in 1947, it was set at 7 minutes to midnight. That was the very creation of nuclear bombs. Okay. Now the furthest away from midnight it has ever been was in 1991. George H.W. Bush, the first Bush, signed the Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty with the Soviet Union, and they set the Doomsday Clock 17 minutes away from midnight. Now, let's talk about this 89 seconds, 17 minutes, 7 minutes. And in 2024 and 2023, they were set at that time 90 seconds to midnight. And then those times, those were the closest to midnight it's ever been. So what does this time mean? Is it an actual time? Do we only have 90 seconds to live? Do we only have 89? No, that's not what it means. It's a symbol. It's a gesture. And I don't want you to think of a clock. I don't want you to think of actual time. What I want you to think about is, think of my notebook here as a road, okay? I'm going to put this right here. And this is the end of the world that we created. So how they set this nowadays is experts, scientists, physicists, global experts, they factor in multiple factors, not just nuclear arms, but they use climate change. I'll look at my notes here. Proliferation of nuclear weapons, artificial intelligence, and this year they factored in the Russia-Ukraine war, which is still going on, the Israel's genocide of Palestine, because they are using quite a bit of weapons there that's also ruining the climate, the Israel-Hezbollah conflicts that are still going on, bioterrorism threats, continued climate crises, and all the health crises that are going on. COVID-19 still going on, the bird flu pandemic, and multiple pandemics that are happening in other countries that could spread around the world. So these are all factors that go into setting this clock, okay? So instead of thinking about it as a round clock and we're 90 seconds, 17 minutes, whatever the time, it was set to 89 seconds to midnight. Now, instead of thinking about it literally, we're going to think, I'm going to have you visualize this as a road, and here's the end of the world. This is doomsday, where they think humanity is going to collapse because we made it collapse because we're making all these dumb decisions on the planet, right? And this is me walking along the road, okay? So with all the stuff that's going on this year, they set it to 89 seconds to midnight. That means for some silly reason, over the last year, mankind has been running to the end of the world. We're making a sprint for it, okay? We're letting wars and nuclear arms and climate crises and pandemics just go out of control. So it's not a time, it's not a physical time that the world's going to end. It just means we're really, really running for it. Because remember, in 1991, it was set to 17 minutes to midnight. That means not only were we not running, but back then we decided, you know what, we're going to take a break. We're going to walk backwards from the end of the world. We're going to take it easy. We're going to have a few seats away. We might even step off the sidewalk here from the end of the world, right? Okay? So we have the power as people to change how close and how far we are from this end of the world. And so that's why the Doomsday Clock is a symbol when they talk about it. And I wish they were more clear when they discuss this Doomsday Clock, instead of saying, hey, it was set to 89 seconds. And people freak out because they think the end of the world is around the corner. We have a choice on whether or not we're sprinting to the end of the world or we're walking away from it. Okay, so what does that mean for you and us as a community that we have on TikTok and TikTok University and Hellman Talk University as your tutor? What does that mean?
Been to the new TikTok University. Huh? How many people have been to TikTok? I think I might sign up to be a teacher in that. I'm kind of feeling it.
Wear your mask. Shop locally. Be careful with what you're consuming, right? Don't use AI. We know artificial intelligence is terrible for the environment. Did you know that? It uses up water and local resources. Try to the best of your ability to maybe mend your clothing. So like I have clothing that has torn hems. I don't wear this out in public, so I only wear it at home. But if I wanted to wear it out in public, I can crochet and I can knit. So maybe I would mend this. That also means maybe it goes to landfill. Big scale changes, so government changes to back off of this. So we kind of have to do the work to talk to our governments.
Here we go, because she running it. I'll have the full video of this. on my buy me a coffee at the end of the class. I'll have this whole study, the whole video, so you know people could run through it if they want to. But check my guy out. All right.
Do you have a plan to go visit the site or meet with any of the
I have
first
a plan
responders?
to visit the site because you tell me what's the site? The water?
Or to meet with the first.
So here goes your president being very insensitive, right? Now they asking him, is he gonna visit the site of the crash? And this I'm trying to be respectful, you know what I mean, and not use profanity. But this jackass, he says, where I'm gonna visit them in the water. Do you want me to go swimming? Like, for real, fam? Like, could Obama say some shit like that? You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about, homie? Like, what?
Responders.
Go ahead and call me crazy. This is a jet. This is a helicopter. Watch. Why is this important? A Black Hawk helicopter flew into a commercial jet over the Potomac River in Washington, D.C. Oh, it was just an accident. It was just an accident. I'll die before you convince me of that. Come at me, bro. Why don't you think it's an accident? Let me give you a little backstory on this. I don't know who was on the plane. I don't know who was in the helicopter. Okay, what I do know is that in that area of the Potomac River, it's common for helicopters to fucking fly around. They're supposed to stay at or below 200 feet AGL, which is above ground level. That helicopter collided with that plane at 350 foot above ground level, somewhere it was not supposed to be. The airplane was in a landing pattern coming into the airport with its landing lights on.
Fact.
And you mean to tell me that the super crazy high amount of technology that's in this military helicopter, and with the pilots flying under visual flight rules, that those two pilots, there were 3 people aboard the helicopter, that those 2 pilots didn't see that fucking plane and they didn't try to avoid it? You mean to tell me that those highly trained, highly skilled pilots didn't see that fucking plane? That's not even why I'm questioning all of this. This is where it happened. Who's this guy? That guy right there is this guy. This guy flown by the Air Force. But what's the significance of that? This is the plane I'm talking about that landed at Andrews Air Force Base just next to where this shit happened. Why was a Boeing E-4 known as the Night Watch or the Doomsday plane, which is the militarized version of the Boeing 747 that serves a mobile command post for the U.S. military and is a key component of the National Military Command System, which is designed to survive a nuclear attack? Why was that diverted right after this happened and then landed at Andrews Air Force Base right next to the Potomac River? Why? That's not suspicious. This helicopter had to have seen this plane. I don't know why. I don't know what led to it. Call me a conspiracy theorist all you want.
It ran right into the plane. Weird. It ran right into the shit. Like, if you see the video, it like a missile. You feel me? So I am looking for the manifesto or the manifest of the plane. They have not released all of the names, okay? But let's check out our TikTokers, y'all. You gotta love TikTok for shit like this.
I'm telling you right now, they can kill me for saying it, but under no circumstance is a military helicopter, especially a fucking Black Hawk, gonna accidentally crash into a commercial plane. Like, there's no way. And get this, the call sign on the helicopter was Pat 25. That means priority air transport. So what's on that helicopter, you know? Obviously something's not adding up here.
I'm hearing the Black Hawk was P-25 important cargo. What does this all mean? P-25 stands for priority transport, priority air transport. And if it was leaving the CIA operation building in Langley and coming to the area of Alexandria, Virginia, as well as the area of that, ignore the 3 soldiers, something was on that plane.
Okay, guys, now we have some information as to who was on that flight in which a Black Hawk helicopter crashed into an airplane in Washington, D.C. Now, the flight was leaving a youth figure skating championship in Wichita, Kansas. So we're talking about some of the best figure skaters in the world, including a couple of Russian skaters. Now, on the flight, we had the skaters, we had some family members, and we had some coaches. And thus far, they have retrieved some of the bodies from the water. And at this point, unfortunately, there have been no reports of anyone having survived the crash. Now, some of the skaters on board were thought to potentially be skating in the next Olympic Games. And again, they have recovered some of the bodies from the water, which, bear in mind, that water this time of year is freezing in temperature. But it doesn't appear that they're going to find any survivors. Now, I don't want to be labeled a conspiracy theorist, because I think that's a very low IQ thing to say, especially this day and age. But I have to admit, the circumstances around this crash are very interesting. Now, when we started seeing these drones in the skies all over the world, I've been asking myself, what is going on with the lack of regulation with the airspace around the world and the lack of attention that governments around the world seem to be giving it? So truthfully, I've been anticipating that something like this would eventually happen. Now, what's fascinating is that this was a military helicopter, and they have some of the highest, most advanced technology in the world, which would have most people wondering, how on earth could this happen by accident? Now, it appears that this was a training mission, leading me to believe that the pilot very well could have lacked experience, but still, guys, in my opinion, things are just not adding up. So let me know what you guys think in the comments.
It's my guy right there. He be spitting. Look, I've heard a few things. I heard that there was AI involved. I heard that they are some, that somebody got taken out. We're just sifting through the information. This just happened yesterday. So, like the math teachers was like, don't jump out the window, and you know what I mean? So we are conducting investigations at this point, to see what the hell may have happened with this situation. But my spider senses immediately have gone off the Richter and was like, yo, this shit is a hit in plain sight. You know what I mean? Somebody got taken out, Okay. It was marked as PAT 25, as you heard people say, which is priority air transport, and is usually reserved when the Army is conducting VIP missions, such as having officials on board. So keep in mind, some officials are so VIP that they don't even show up on the quote unquote manifest. They don't have to report that that person was on the plane. Certain people are so VIP. Yeah, we're only in January. The plane was diverted to runway 33 at Reagan Airport. Okay, Reagan Airport, 11 days before the Super Bowl. It took off from the same place that the Kansas Chiefs is from. Kansas, ladies and gentlemen, right? Dorothy, we are not in Kansas, okay? I promise you, I make no I shit you not. The Super Bowl is gonna be one for the ages. It's to my understanding that they cut a deal with homeboy. What's this guy from Kansas City, the quarterback? He threw the Super Bowl and allowed Tom Brady to win, right? So the deal with that was they were going to christen him as the quote unquote the new face of the NFL, and they promised him that he is going to win multiple Super Bowls if he threw that one to allow what's his name, what's the white boy to get a 7th ring. Well, this is Patrick Mahomes, right? And he got beat by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tom Brady and them and whatnot. He was supposed to win, but he allowed that shit to go down, and now he's on 3 in a row. You feel me? So with Brady going out of the league and everything, they're looking for the new face of the league. They're looking for somebody who is the new superstar of the NFL. And then boom, here you have it, my dude Mahomes. But my dude out of Philadelphia, the Eagles, right? The Eagles, the Republic, okay, representing the Eagles and whatnot, they are here to take down the Chiefs. This one is going to be one for the ages. Not to mention, it is going to be focusing on the halftime show, which, in my humble opinion, has been one of the most, one of the most built up halftime shows in history. Yeah, I remember Bruno Mars and other people performed years ago, but the buildup wasn't nothing like this. The buildup wasn't not. They've been talking about this halftime show since last year, right? Like in late summer type shit. You feel me? So the focus is on Kendrick. The focus is on these two teams and whatnot, and they are in New Orleans of all places, the center of spirituality. Kansas City has been said to be a portal. Kansas City has said to be an epicenter of spirituality. Philadelphia with the gates of hell and whatnot. Philadelphia with their history going all the way back. You know what I'm talking about? They have something in Kansas City called the Haunted Skull Cemetery. The Pope won't even fly over that area. Okay, the Pope won't even fly over that area. All right. There's also something called a star mound. Okay, and then you have the El Dorado Hollow Earth connection. Right. They say that Kansas sits on an energy vortex connected to underground tunnels leading to the Hollow Earth. Kansas is even known as the state of caves. Okay, the state of caves. You have the Dalton gang, right? These were outlaws that was robbing banks and whatnot. They said that they buried treasures and gold and cash all around Kansas and whatnot. This state is filled with caverns and all type of shit. You dig? So there's a lot of spiritual significance to these two teams who are coming together to play and whatnot. You got Donald Trump going crazy, bringing back all type of energy surrounding the Republic, right? So this is going to be one for the ages. I'm even talking to Blue about the lecture that we're going to be doing tomorrow called When in Rome. We might move When in Rome to Melanin Mondays in New Orleans, right? So we could just be on that grid doing When in Rome in New Orleans of all places. You know what I mean? Because Rome and New Orleans are intricately tied to one another. You know what I mean? So we're still talking about it. We're going to let you know. What do y'all think about that? How do y'all think about that? Doing When in Rome, right? MAGA Fest Destiny in New Orleans with that energy that will be out there from Philadelphia, Kansas, and of course, Louisiana, right? Somebody said Castlevania. Remember Castlevania with the underground caves and everything? You feel me? But that's kind of what Spirit is telling me right now, to just hold on and bring that down to New Orleans and really kick ass. You know what I mean? Really bust your gun, because the kind of information that Blue Pill has on New Orleans, just that period is enough to do it while we're out there and whatnot. I know them people out there, they need that energy on that grid. Let's continue with this. This right here was Bernie Sanders getting exposed by RFK. Who had that on their bingo card?
And by the way, Bernie, the problem of corruption is not just in the federal agencies, it's in Congress too. Almost all the members of this panel are accepting, including yourself, are accepting millions of dollars from the pharmaceutical industry. And protecting their interests.
Oh, I thought that would come. No. I ran for president like you.
Bernie getting called out. What are we doing? The name of the cemetery that I said is the Haunted Skull Cemetery, which is known as the Gateway to Hell. And then Philadelphia has something called the Gates of Hell right next to their city hall, right? Okay, that's in Missouri. Yeah, that's in Missouri. No, it's in Stull, Kansas. Stull. It's in Stull, Kansas. All right, it's in Stull, Kansas. But yeah, let's check out Bernie.
Millions and millions of contributions. They did not come from the executives, not one nickel of PAC money from the pharmaceutical industry. They came from workers.
In 2020, you were the single largest
because I had
receiver of pharmaceutical money.
Contributions from workers all over this country. Workers,
you were the single,
not a nickel from corporate PACs.
You were the single largest acceptor of pharmaceutical dollars.
Let me ask you another question about this one about COVID. Scientists with the Yale School of Public Health and University of Maryland have estimated that the COVID vaccine saved 3 million lives and prevented 18 million hospitalizations. President Trump, someone who I do not often agree with, has said that the COVID vaccine was, quote, one of the greatest miracles of the ages. That's Donald Trump. Bobby, you had a very different perspective. At a time when thousands of Americans were dying from COVID every week in May of 2021, you petitioned the Food and Drug Administration to revoke the emergency use of COVID vaccines. So my question to you is, were the scientists who told us that the COVID vaccine was imperative and President Trump who told us that it was this great thing, were they right or were you right when you told people that they should not take COVID shots?
Senator, I filed that lawsuit after CDC.
Him and Beanie Siegel, man, with the AI voice box. Him and Beanie Siegel, man. We gotta sign a petition to speed that up. We gotta get their voice boxes fixed.
The vaccine
I can't do this for 4 years.
Without any evidence that it would benefit them and without testing on 6-year-old children. And that was my reason for filing that lawsuit.
Was the COVID vaccine successful in saving millions of lives?
I don't know. We don't have a good surveillance system, unfortunately.
We don't know?
I don't think anybody can say that. If you show me science that says that.
You know, Bob, you say if I show you, you're applying for the job. I mean, clearly, you should know this. And that is, the scientific community has established that COVID vaccines save millions of lives, and you're casting doubt. That is really problematic.
Come on, Bernie? What are you talking about? Yeah, it does hurt. A little update on the whole AI DeepSeek type of thing, right? I know that has blown over, but here's a little update on it.
Here's what happens next with DeepSeek, OpenAI, NVIDIA. I'm going to make a few predictions. Number one, DeepSeek is going to clone the entire product surface for OpenAI as quickly as they possibly can to grab market share. It will all be free. That means they will clone Operator, which is the agent that browses the web on the $200 plan for OpenAI. Yeah, that's going to be free. It's going to be out soon, I think. They will clone voice mode so you can talk to your AI. A lot of people really don't know what advanced voice mode feels like, and this may be, again, the first time where they actually get that sense. It's going to be a big moment. They're going to go after the video piece. That may take a little bit longer, but they're going to try and clone Sora, I suspect. And I don't say clone because I think they're only copying things. I think it's a deliberate strategic move to displace OpenAI's business model and grab market share. Number two, NVIDIA is probably going to keep announcing that they are selling more and more chips. And I know that's counterintuitive, but there's a very, very clear game theory reason why. If you are Meta, if you are Microsoft, if you are Google, if you are OpenAI, your incentive is to not lose in the race for artificial superintelligence. Artificial general intelligence. We have neither of these things, by the way. And the incentive to not lose means that you are willing to spend. You will spend anything not to lose this. And if you think this is me making stuff up, literally, Mark Zuckerberg has said in so many words that he thinks of this problem in terms of classical game theory. It's all about how do you avoid the catastrophic risk of being late or missing on artificial general intelligence and artificial superintelligence. They will pay anything just to be in the game, which is why it's rational, even if they don't know for sure how far they can bring the efficiency innovations that DeepSeek has brought and open sourced into their own models. And I think they can do a lot. It's
going to be a lot of opportunity in the markets for my day traders, for everybody who understands how to work this thing. Short companies, you could short some companies and make bread, and you could invest in some companies and make bread. Quantum is going crazy, the chips are going crazy, and these companies, these AI companies, are going to be going crazy.
Still makes sense to spend as much as possible to win. And you know who benefits when you spend as much as possible? Jensen and NVIDIA. They benefit. Which is why, after DeepSeek came out, Zuckerberg was saying, I'll invest $65 billion and build a data center the size of like half of Manhattan or something. After. Which is why no one involved in the Stargate project has been backing out and saying, well, we're going to spend less money. We're going to spend less than $500 billion. No, they're not. It is not rational to. Even if you suppose that these efficiency gains can be like not only sort of copied everywhere, but improved upon, which I would expect. There's a lot of improvement in efficiency left on the table here. We will get better and better at inference, at training AI. But the value that these companies ascribe to winning, quote unquote, to getting artificial general intelligence is so high. They will pay anything to be in the game. Just to be in the game. None of these companies have a guarantee of winning.
So while people are looking for money to do things, and you know, when people are going hungry and eggs are $11, these are the games that the technocrats are playing. This is the race. This is the new Cold War. This is the new race that they're racing and whatnot. I am a proponent of not standing on the sidelines and doing nothing. I'm a proponent of gathering a group of engineers, coders, and programmers and developers, and basically going into a war room and figuring out what could we build for our people. What could we build for our edification, right? They're taking away history out of the schools. Well, they got TikTok University. They have ways to teach people. You could create courses now. There's teachers that are quitting the Board of Education and making in 1 month what they made in 1 year, right? We need to form Voltron and start getting busy and whatnot with the tools that are available to us, because at the end of the day, until we get back into the Stone Ages, we living like Jetsons.
That China has put down $128 billion. By the way, if you think that DeepSeek was able to do all of this on $5 million, you wouldn't think they would need to put down $128 billion. But that's what China did. $128 billion for AI infrastructure, for data centers, for building out chips and stuff. Because they need to be in the game too. So there's going to be, if you think there's going to be less purchasing, no, everyone's incentive is to buy more because no one wants to be out of this game. That is how it works. So, in sum, I'm predicting a lot more releases from DeepSeek. They will be free. They will get a lot of attention. I actually think their operator is going to get tons of attention because very, very few people have had that experience, and people are going to have their minds blown again. And we're going to see tons and tons of continued spend so people can stay in the game. There you go. That's my prediction.
So that's why we are doing the February workshop for AI Accelerated 4.4, ladies and gentlemen. I really encourage you to be a part of that. If we have any students from the January class, please just give us a little brief, let the chat know how instrumental and how forward thinking that class was with me and the good brother Spin City. All right. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep building. We're going to keep creating, and we're not going to be a part of no type of fear mongering. Okay. There's power in the technology. All right. China just went through their new year, the same time that the plane crashed, right? China just went through the new year around the same time that the quote unquote plane crash, right? So that's definitely something to focus on. I remember the last Chinese New Year, there were some massacres that took place in America and whatnot, and they were doing the rituals, right? So the symbolism of the snake and Chinese, this is the year of the snake. Chinese culture, snake symbolizes wisdom, intuition, transformation. People born in the year of the snake are believed to possess qualities such as intelligence, charm, and resourcefulness. Elemental influence, the wood snake. The Chinese zodiac also incorporates 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. Each element adds a layer of meaning to the animal sign. The yin energy of the snake. The snake is associated with the yin energy, representing introspection, subtlety, and depth. This contrasts with yang energy, which is more active and overt. Historical parallels. The last year of the wood snake occurred in 1965, right? I believe that's the year that was that the year that JFK got bodied? Or observers often look to historical events from previous cycles to predict potential themes and challenges in the current year. Cultural perceptions. While the snake is revered for its wisdom and mystery, it could also be perceived as enigmatic and intimidating due to its elusive nature, right? So a lot to consider, ladies and gentlemen, as we move into this very interesting quote unquote year. I believe Cat Williams got a new video out too, right? He's with the white boy Theo Vaughn, and it's not like Shay Shay. It's not the same type of exposing everybody as Shay Shay, but it's a good conversation that I encourage y'all to check it out. So now here's for the good news. Here's for the good news. We want to share some good news before we get out of here, right? Like I was sharing with y'all before, we've been in the lab working very arduously to bring quality to the family. So this album, the 44 Tops, right? We have the album, the 44 Tops, is 7 songs on it, all right? That's considered an EP, or it's like an album. I think an album starts with 7 songs. But not only do we have that, right? We got this. For all of the family out there, we have, here's a 3D looking glass, right? Here's a looking glass, it's 3D, but we have an adult coloring book for the adults out there, right? We have an adult coloring book, and it's also 3D. You can see 3D with it, okay? This is an adult coloring book. Fellas, the ladies are gonna answer your DMs if you say, look, I got the coloring book from Red in them. I want to listen to that look, auntie, I want to listen to that 44 Tops. You know what I'm talking about? And they're gonna pull up. Now, this is the book with the binder, right? We have this on pre-sale. After we done with that, we're gonna be dropping this. This is the hardcover, okay? This is the hardcover. And this is also like what they call that? A tabletop coffee book. There goes Dr. Francis Craig. This book is crazy. This book is crazy. So we got the tape, we got the color, you know what I mean? Woo, look at that. You feel me? So we have these available for pre-sale. February the 7th is when everything is going to drop. The Buy Me a Coffee link will take you to the pre-sale for the album. And when you buy the book, you get the album the album comes with it as well, right? This is what we have available for the family. The hardcovers will be coming soon. The hardcovers are going to come with the vinyl, which is an album. We're going to have the vinyl. That's when the hardcovers will come out. Right now, we got these. You know what I mean? This is the coloring book, adult coloring. See how thick it is? You feel me? It is going to be, it's family friendly. It's for the little ones. It's great for a date. It's just good to chill in the crib and, you know, meditate and draw and whatnot. Yeah, it's everybody in here, the whole KTL family and whatnot. We'll go through another day when we look through everything. But that's one of the big announcements that I wanted to make for y'all and whatnot, you know, just to show that, you know, we've been working and whatnot, and we've been acting, we've been pretty consistent. We need autograph copies. I will be autographing copies at the, what do they call that? At the Non-Eat the God Fest. We're gonna be autographing at the Non-Eat the God Fest. So when you come up to us at Brother Richard's event on February the 8th and you buy an album or you buy a book, we're going to be copying it. I successfully got my Blog Talk channels scraped. Somebody did that for us. So salute to the king. I'll put his name out there. I'm going to ask him first if he wants me to do that. And then I will put the name out there and let everybody know the brother who did that for us. But yeah, we were able to salvage our stuff from Blog Talk Radio, all 700 episodes. Sky's the limit now as to what is going to take, what's going to happen with those and whatnot. Sky's the limit, right? So here it goes. As of January the 31st, Blog Talk Radio will no longer be operating. We're so thankful for the support and creativity that you brought to our platform. Now, I know TikTok closing down is a big thing, but for some reason, this is not a big thing in our community, and it should be a bigger thing because there's more information, I would say more quality information on Blog Talk than it is on TikTok, right? But, you know, it is what it is. I was able to salvage our platform, and yeah, good luck to everybody else who has content on Blog Talk. I hope you was able to back your stuff up, you know, and we'll let everybody know where the new content will be available for people to stream and listen and whatnot. Yeah, that's tomorrow. That's tomorrow. It's going out of business tomorrow. We'll keep everybody updated with the MAGAFest Destiny. Like I said, I might push this to this right here. I might push this to Melanin Monday in New Orleans, and we'll live stream it for everybody. We'll have it live, a live audience, and we'll also be live streaming it for everybody and to see and whatnot, and to be a witness, you know, to bear witness. So I'll let everybody know. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I am out of here. I have to I got some things that I need to do. We'll probably have a longer show tomorrow when Blue is available and whatnot. We might pop up before that 7 p.m. thing. I don't know. We'll let you know with the flyer. We'll keep you in contact. All right. So for everybody that pulled up, peace, love, and light. We will see you very soon. I will see everybody that's coming into town. Oh yeah, and once again, we got the after party, right? We got the after party the day after the event with Brother Rich on that Sunday. We're gonna be partying in Atlanta up until, if y'all want to go past midnight, you'll let me know. You know what I mean? If you want to do a party, you know what I'm talking about? You let me know. But we're gonna be running the whole day, doing the Super Bowl, and we're gonna be chopping it up. We're gonna be kicking it. We're gonna be enjoying each other's company and whatnot, politicking, networking, you name it. It's gonna be in the building. I look forward to seeing y'all in the ATL, KTL and the ATL. Peace, love, and light to the family. Y'all stay dangerous, all right? One.
When you come alive, and blue, purple light, friends, flags, red and blue, purple light, friends, red and blue, purple light, friends, flags. You can get to know the ledger, sacrilegious Sunday to melanin Monday. You can get to know the ledger, my love. Just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road. You better stay on your toes. I was till the land focused on the ego. Then I opened my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah, we gon' put this shit on our backs. Facts, facts, we in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts, peace, love and light, peace, love to the family, peace, love and light to the family, peace, love and light to the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you, and it's going to provoke you, and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.